Well, this area has some of the highest opioid overdose rates per capita nationwide.
Now, while there's a focus now on addiction and alternatives to the drugs, this actually isn't a new epidemic. This could be the fourth major time in our history that opioid abuse has come front and center. To understand the opioid crisis in the present, you have to look into the past.
This is really our third, maybe fourth go-around with an opiate epidemic. Our initial epidemic in America, anyway, started with the Civil War.
According to Brooks, those Civil War soldiers needed relief from the pain of their battlefield injuries.
Actually, with the opiates, we ended up with about 400,000 soldiers addicted to opium at that point in time, primarily through morphine.
Round number 2. From Civil War soldiers to upper-class housewives, the early 1900s brought a whole new class of opioid user.
Prior to 1900, it was a drug that was mama's little helper, very much like Valium was in the 1970s, and about 60% of the opiate addicts at that time were upper middle class women.
Next, round number 3, from upper-class housewives to soldiers returning from the Vietnam War.
And our soldiers having access to heroin in Vietnam, they came back with chemical dependency to the opiates, and here they are, and essentially that's when the methadone clinics kind of kicked into play and things like that. And then now we're on essentially kind of round 4.
That is right, and there's been an interesting history of people that have passed away from the opioid. We remember some of the most recent ones as well, like Heath Ledger, but Sigmund Freud, he actually died of a morphine overdose back in 1939. So this is something that goes way back.
Yes.
That goes way back in history. It's interesting to see how it's morphed kind of over time and all these different revolutions.
I was shocked to hear this area has one of the highest per capita in the country.
Yes, yes, yes. One of the things that they offer too is sometimes it has to do with the ports that are coming in and where the other medications are coming from.
Interesting. Good report.